Welcome to OWLTRAC. Let's go over the basic functionality of how to use OWLTRAC. In this video, we will cover the following: how to create a child's profile and monitor their progress, how to create a new individual learning plan, how to add an observation, how to create a development summary report, reports, the archive, and how will parents be able to use the system. You can skip through to specific chapters by using the chapter sections highlighted here. How to create a child's profile and monitor their progress. From the home page, click on the Children's tab. This blue panel acts as a hub for accessing each child's record on OWLTRAC and is shown at the top of each of the underlying pages for easy navigation between each area. It shows the picture you have loaded on the child's entry record, the child's full name, access to their entry record, the name the child is known as, or their first name, a flag if there is any special educational needs, access to the child's observations, plans and reports, access to an information page including associated contacts, a button showing a number of observations without associated EYFS typical behaviours, a button showing the number of parents' observations that have not been verified. How to create a new individual learning plan. Each plan has 5 elements. Knowledge. Knowledge items detail where the child is at the start of the plan. These entries could include how the child has settled, if they have English as their second language, and their current interests and learning styles. Progress. Progress is calculated by OWLTRAC from your observations. Here you can view details on children's development, calculated automatically from the amount of typical behaviours achieved. On OWLTRAC, a child's progress, whether they are their own plans or reports, is placed on one of the 4 colour-coded bands. Not started, in red, emerging, in amber, expected, in purple, and exceeding, in green. Next steps. These entries detail what the child's next steps should be. They can include any interventions that may be needed, such as specialist help, and detail how you are going to close any gaps in the child's learning. For example, a child may be showing low data in speaking if they have English as a second language. For that child, your next steps may include activities that support communication and language. Linked observations. This lists the observations linked to the plan. Final evaluation. This enables you to evaluate the overall effectiveness of your plan. View shows the plan with all 4 elements in place and can be saved or printed using the PDF button. So, to get started, from the Child's panel, click on Plan, which lists any plans created so far. Click on New Plan, enter the date from which the plan starts and a title for it. For instance, Summer Term 2016. It is important to note that the final evaluation text box is not to be filled out now. This can only be completed when the plan has finished. This text will also show on the EYFS tracking summary report. Click Save and your new plan has been added to the list. Let's go to the plan that you've just created. You can now see 3 columns labelled Knowledge Entries, Next Step Entries and Associated Observations. Knowledge and Next Step Entries can be viewed or created by clicking on the blue button 0 in the relevant column. To add a knowledge entry, click the blue box. You will then be able to add your knowledge entry text. The characteristics of effective learning are inserted automatically by clicking on the relevant text shown below. Once completed, click Save. You now have the option of creating another knowledge entry, or click the Plan button to return to your list of individual learning plans. Now you can view your plan, assess the data based on previous observations, and decide on the child's next steps. To do this, simply click on the View button. To add the child's next steps, click on the blue Plan button to return to the individual learning plans. You can now click on Next Steps and input your entry. Click Save and return to the individual learning plans. As you can see, there are currently no associated observations on the plan. This will be covered later. See a list of associated observations by clicking on the button in that column. Unlike key workers or parents, a setting manager will have the opportunity to amend or delete the whole plan. A point to note is that plans are designed to run consecutively, i.e. only 1 per child at any one time, and cover the period from the date you enter until the date of the next plan. so they can be as long or as short as you like. Observations. This is the heart of OwlTrack, where tracking within the EYFS structure happens, and from which reports are generated. Clicking on Observe displays all the observations you have made for that child. To add a new observation, click on New Observation. Add what you have observed to the observation box and click Save. It really is that quick and that easy. You may wish to link the observation to a current learning plan by selecting the checkbox. This will now update the associated observations box on the individual learning page. You can also upload a photo as evidence by clicking on the Choose a Photo to Upload. OwlTrack has automatically selected the child's current age band for you. If you wish to change this, click on the relevant age band for that child. To link your observation to the EYFS, select the relevant area followed by the aspect. The typical behaviours will now be shown below. Click which typical behaviours you've observed and which you consider to have been achieved. It's only those achieved that is used in the reports. If you would like this observation to link to other areas, check the checkbox stated Use this observation to select behaviours in other areas and aspects. Press Save and then repeat the process. You will now be taken back to the observation page, where you can see if your observation is linked to the EYFS, linked to the current plan, or verified by a staff member. This page also gives you the opportunity to see parental observations that have been linked and verified. How to create a development summary report. Development summary reports are for documenting a child's current progress. The summary report can be used for a 2-year check, a transition report to another setting or school, a report to parents. These reports can be created as often as you like. Click on Report and any that have already been created are listed. It might look like this. These reports are designed to be printed, and OwlTrack gives you the opportunity to record whether a parent has added any comments, which they can do from their own OwlTrack account, and whether the report has been signed by the parent or carers. New reports allow you to add comments about progress for each of the development areas. It also allows you to view where a child is achieving and provides the ability to print a PDF. The options to add a new report, view, amend or delete are all self-explanatory. PDF output is available on both the View and Amend pages. Reports. OwlTrack offers a number of reports for EYFS tracking and also for selecting lists of children by various attributes. EYFS tracking by group, EYFS tracking by child, EYFS tracking summary by child, EYFS comparison by attribute, EYFS comparison to groups, EYFS progress by child, EYFS next steps by group, list of children by group. The Archive. From the home page, click on the Archive button. Apart from archiving, OwlTrack offers a special report that collects all the images that were uploaded with observations and produces a PDF file called the album. It can be produced at any time as long as there are pictures to print and can be found on the Archive page under Create Child's Album. A child's leaving date can be recorded on their entry record by clicking on View next to the child's name. Once their leaving date is recorded, that child's record will now be available for archiving. Click on Send Records to Archive and those children are listed. Tick to select which to archive and submit. Should you want to rerun reports or recreate a child's album, select them using Retrieve Records from Archive. How will parents be able to use the system? When recording a child's contacts, a setting can enter an email address and opt to allow website access. If these are both in place when the record is saved, the contact is emailed with that login information. Once signed in, a parent can see the same homepage for the setting. News items will be those that have not been marked as staff only. This will allow anyone who has been associated with this child to view plans, view and input new observations, and view summary reports where they can enter their comments. Thank you for watching this OwlTrack demo video. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to get in contact.